Hello everyone, this is Dr. Siddharth Tambar, and welcome to our webinar today. We are discussing our physician-assisted weight loss program utilizing semaglutide and other peptides. As I begin, I will present a number of slides, and if there are any questions as we're going along, please feel free to enter them into chat. In addition, if you're watching this after the live webinar is over, you can contact us at any time via chicagoarthritis.com. And our means of being able to schedule an appointment with us, if you'd like to be evaluated, are also listed there as well. Great. So today we're talking about our physician-assisted weight loss program with semaglutide, a peptide approach addressing obesity for better health. So in today's talk, you're going to learn about our signature weight loss program, which includes a personalized approach utilizing peptides, which I'll talk about, lipotropics, and even health coaching. So obesity, we know the scope of this problem is very significant in this country. Obesity is a global health concern, impacts so many different parts of our well-being, including our cardiovascular health, metabolic health, our immune system, and just our overall well-being and our musculoskeletal health. So when you look at the numbers, it's really pretty overwhelming. These numbers are now fairly old. It's probably much worse. As of 8 years ago, about 650 individuals were considered obese in the US, over 40%, and 10% of children were deemed to be obese. So we're really focusing on what can we offer patients so that we can help them with weight loss and prevent or improve all those associated health effects. So when you look at the health effects, it's really quite a few different things. And that includes musculoskeletal problems. Every day in practice, what I see are people who've got a lot of arthritis and pains in the knees, hips, ankles, and lower back. Obviously, cardiovascular health, high blood pressure, which increase the risk of heart disease, metabolic effects, type 2 diabetes, again, hypertension. All the immunologic effects increase susceptibility to infections, and it does certainly worsen autoimmune conditions. We know that in psoriasis and psoriatic arthritis. There's also higher risk of various cancers that you see with obesity as well, and sleep apnea, which again is connected with heart disease as well. So in looking for more effective weight loss solutions, we know that obesity poses a really significant long-term health problem, so we need better options. The limitations to traditional methods, and there's lots of limitations to them, there are a number of limitations. So diet and exercise are definitely essential, but it doesn't always work for everybody. Conventional weight loss strategies have really not worked out so well. A lot of folks have difficulty maintaining weight loss due to various reasons. That includes biological reasons, psychological reasons, and environmental factors. So with our weight loss program, we're really trying to hit really all of these different variables to provide a more comprehensive approach. So in terms of goals to treatment, it's really multifold. We want to improve body composition. We do that by reducing body fat, maintaining muscle mass or increasing it, and by reducing visceral fat. We want to improve your risk factors involved in cardiovascular health, metabolic health, improve your exercise capacity, improve your eating habits, improve your immune health, your gut health, musculoskeletal health, improve your sleep and stress management. So there's 3 ways that diet can help with weight loss. Number 1, you can just eat less total calories, right? So if your intake is less than your output, you'll have weight loss. Number 2 is eat less of specific foods. right? So the question is which foods? And the challenge is that, you hear people in the general press or the general public taking such extremes. You'll see things as extreme as completely carnivore diets where they only eat meat, to diets where they're vegan, no oil, where they eat no animal products at all, and everything in between. So really, which foods? And there's not really a good answer to that, except that when you look at medical societies, when they talk about which foods they recommend for weight loss, immune health, cardiovascular health, frequently they come to a more moderate diet, like a Mediterranean diet, which is high in vegetables, legumes, lean meats, reducing red meats, and reducing or eliminating refined foods, refined sugar foods, processed foods. And then, of course, also when it comes to diet, there's also eating only specific periods of time. Intermittent fasting, that's the other name for it. The classic intermittent fasting is that you fast for 16 hours and eat for 8 hours. It's an intriguing idea. It seems to help out with various metabolic risk factors and is probably one variable to consider when it comes to dealing with weight loss. So peptides are a really innovative tool here. So peptides are naturally occurring molecules or proteins that act as signaling molecules in the body. What does that mean? It means that these are proteins in your body that tell your cells what to do. So GLP-1 or glucagon-like peptide 1 is a naturally occurring gut hormone, comes from your own gut, that regulates your appetite, insulin secretion, and energy metabolism. There are other peptide targets that are currently being utilized that include semaglutide and tirzepatide. There's another one that's coming soon. These have key roles in your overall blood sugar control, your insulin control. So they have a key role in diabetes and thus your overall metabolic health. The thing is, it's been found that GLP-1 analogs, meaning semaglutide, can also mimic the effect of naturally occurring GLP-1, which then leads to promoting weight loss and improving your metabolic health. So how does this work? To begin with, it improves your blood sugar homeostasis or control. It pulls the blood sugar into the muscles. In addition, it helps to reduce the speed that the food gets through your gut so that you're not as physically full, or you're not as physically empty or feeling like you're hungry all the time. It also reduces your appetite by reducing the normal chemicals in your body that are associated with hunger and by increasing the chemicals in your body that are associated with feeling full. So all that together leads to less food consumption and thus weight loss. So semaglutide and tirzepatide, the way they work is they control your appetite and weight through the brain-gut reaction. You eat something, your gut releases these peptides, which then tells your brain, okay, we've got some food here, we're on track, and your body then has less of an impetus to eat again. So it helps to emphasize that. So it works by slowing the stomach emptying process, by reducing your hunger sensations, by helping people feel fuller sooner, and by reducing food cravings, food preferences, and thoughts about food. So what's interesting is that tirzepatide and semaglutide are FDA approved for type 2 diabetes and chronic weight management. For chronic weight management, it includes people who have a BMI greater than 30 and a BMI greater than 27 who also have at least one weight-related comorbid condition. That includes high blood pressure, diabetes, cholesterol, osteoarthritis, fatty liver, prediabetes, heartburn, PCOS, hypogonadism, and asthma. So what's exciting about that is, BMI is not the best way to track how much, what your weight is, but it's one that is easily tracked, and it's one that is tracked in so many different studies that it is a very convenient measurement that's utilized. So a BMI greater than 30 is certainly associated with obesity. A BMI greater than 27, overweight, but not necessarily obese. What's great about these guidelines is that so many folks fall into this category where their BMI is a bit elevated and they have some other risk factors that come with that slightly overweight condition. And those folks are also appropriate candidates for this kind of treatment. Other future potential indications that are currently being looked at that you may hear about every once in a while in studies that are released include cardiovascular disease, prediabetes, some evidence for even neurodegenerative diseases like dementia, that this may be helpful as an anti-aging treatment. That'll be very interesting. And for metabolic syndrome, which is a collection of conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and eventually heart disease as well. So when it comes to dosing, how do we utilize peptides? So peptides, you are injecting yourself, all right? So you are giving yourself a subcutaneous injection given once per week. The key with treatment is that you start on a low dose, make sure you're tolerating it, and then slowly escalate the dose every month as needed. So what that means is you start on, let's say the full dose is 100%, you start on 10% of that dose. And if it's adequately working at a lower dose, then you don't have to go up. But if you need more, after 1 month, you then double the dose. After a second month, you double it again. And you slowly, progressively keep on increasing it until you get to the max dose if needed. And then, of course, monitoring your weight on a monthly basis, your appetite, and observe for any side effects. And then monitoring, what I recommend is monitoring your metabolic health labs at the beginning and then every 6 months to make sure that treatments are working, as well as that it is being safely applied as well. So the results from clinical trials are very compelling. So what you find is multiple clinical trials that are showing very consistent results, namely that when you're looking at this long-term, a year, 2 years plus studies, what you find is that there's an average weight loss of roughly 15%. Some people can be more, some people can be a little bit less. 15% weight loss, which is very good when it comes to weight loss trials. What's great is that the effects of this seem to be maintained as long as you continue to take treatment, with continued weight loss observed in studies that are extending over 2 years now. What we know is that if you combine this with good nutrition and regular exercise, you'll maximize your results and you'll be able to stay healthy longer term. The safety profile is also very encouraging as well. What we find is that the most common side effects are some mild gastrointestinal side effects, which makes sense since it's slowing down the transit of food in your system. And so there are, most common side effects are a little bit of nausea and constipation. For most people, their body accommodates to that and things kind of continue okay. There's some other rare GI side effects that can occur. The keys with treatment are you start on a low dose and you progressively escalate. And along with your physician, if you notice any kind of untoward effects, you immediately evaluate and decide if it's safe to continue the treatment or not. That's really the key with treatment. Close observation, adjust when needed, and keep people safe. The next type of treatment that we're utilizing for weight loss are lipotropics. These are substances that help in the breakdown and metabolism of fat in the body. These include various vitamins, supplements, and amino acids. The ones listed in the line below that are the ones that we're utilizing. The benefits of lipotropics include the following: improve energy level, liver detoxification, they aid in weight loss, can improve heart health, enhance your mood and mental clarity, support hormone balance, boost immunity, and improve your joint health. So exciting, low-risk option that we think is helpful for weight loss as well as other things as well. So the way you give the lipotropic, you give this as an intramuscular, again, self-injection once per week. We find that if you combine that with your peptide treatment, you can actually even get a better weight loss. Lipotropics work because they help to mobilize fat from adipose tissue. They enhance the liver, your liver's ability to metabolize fats. They support the liver function to help remove fats and toxins from the body. And they also help to reduce cholesterol levels by promoting conversion of cholesterol into bile acid by the liver, which then excreted out. So another nice kind of low impact, lower risk treatment option for weight loss, not as does not give as profound a result as, let's say, the peptides do, semaglutide or tirzepatide, but this is still a good option for some people. And again, it's a nice option to combine with the peptide treatments as well. Lastly is health coaching. We started to work with a company called Flare Health that's helping with nutritional and health coaching. Very nice option for our patients who are trying to lose weight. The keys here are education and accountability. Number one, you always want to make sure, hey, you're utilizing best practices when it comes to your own nutrition and exercise. I think you want to make sure you're really up to speed with that. The next thing is you want to make sure that if you're trying to do something that you're going to do it. It helps to have some coaching to keep you accountable to those goals. And the last is, it's estimated that it can take 90 days to create a new habit. So for that first 3 months, if you can really fine tune on getting the right nutritional and exercise habits, that can go such a long way to maintaining that long term. And what we know is maintaining weight loss long term, nutrition and exercise is an essential piece of the pie. So the keys to optimize treatment: peptides and lipotropics are great options for helping to lose weight. Exercise and nutrition will not only help you lose weight, will also help you maintain the weight loss as well. When it comes to nutrition, eating nutrient-dense food is key. You want to avoid overeating, avoid processed foods as well. From an exercise standpoint, you want to do cardiovascular exercise to help with your aerobic health, weight loss, and improve your metabolic health. You definitely will also want to do strength training to protect from from muscle loss, which is essential to not only help you continue to lose weight, your muscle will help to consume more energy to help lose weight, but will also help you maintain your body composition, which is really key. When you lose weight, your body doesn't really know whether to consume fat or muscle. And so you have to do the right strengthening exercises as you're losing the weight to help maintain the muscle. So frequently asked questions that I hear from folks, first and foremost, is how long before I see weight loss? Most patients note really some weight loss even the first month. You should. But we tell people is, look, that initial phase is for at least really 3 months. And the reason why is that first month, you're going to notice some weight loss, but more than anything else, you're getting used to the medication. And then as you slowly increase it, you start to notice more weight loss. So you start on a lower dose and you escalate as tolerated. And then how much weight can you expect to lose? Again, on average, 15 to 20%. Those are realistic numbers, and that's what we expect. How long do you need to continue treatment? We tell people at a minimum initial treatment, do it for at least 6 months. The studies show that peptides are most effective when you're utilizing them chronically. With that said, so what does chronic mean? Chronic might mean for years. It might mean longer than that. It might mean for a long time. But what we know is that if you start getting to your weight loss goal, a lower maintenance dose, which might be either a lower dosage per week, or maybe instead of taking it every week, you're taking it every 2 weeks, but that is possible as well. Great. Another common question, but a question that's been asked of me before is, do I need to eat healthy and exercise when using these medications? The simple answer is yes, of course, right? I mean, like if you want an optimal result, you should be maximizing your nutrition and exercise. Semaglutide can help you establish better eating habits. It'll help to reduce those craving feelings when it comes to eating foods that maybe are not the most helpful for you. But maintaining optimal exercise and nutrition is definitely a key part of this as well. Another common question, can semaglutide make your muscles and bones weaker? Again, the thing is that with weight loss, you'll lose not only fat, you can also lose muscle. So you have to focus on improving your body composition. And the way you do that is by strength training, resistance exercises, to help to maintain the muscle and actually grow that as well. So optimize your nutrition, optimize your exercise to help maintain muscle and bone health. Another good question I've been asked, someone said that I really don't eat much, will treatment still help? So peptides can still help your metabolic health, right? Like maybe you don't need to be on as high a dose, but it'll still help your metabolic health, which may in turn end up helping with weight loss. But also keep in mind that, if the peptides or semaglutide is not the right option for you, lipotropics are, again, a very good option for weight loss. Milder than the peptide treatments, but still very useful. If I stop treatment, will I regain all the weight? So studies show that if you go cold turkey on the semaglutide and you stop healthy nutrition and you stop exercising, then you'll regain 2/3 of the weight loss. Now, I don't know why a study would ask people to not only stop the treatment, but also stop their exercise and healthy nutrition. But clearly, maintaining your healthy nutrition and exercise is what's key to help to maintain the weight loss. You don't regain the weight just because you stop the medication, just because you stop the peptide. You regain the weight because you revert back to unhealthy habits. So the key is maintaining good nutrition and exercise habits is key long-term. So should you use peptides long-term? I would say yes. It'll help you maintain weight loss and it'll optimize your metabolic health. The safety studies today look good for longer-term use, meaning over 2+ years. And again, maintenance dosing may be lower in the dose or the frequency. And then, of course, how do peptides compare to other prior weight loss treatments? The older school weight loss treatments, they were more hit or miss in terms of effectiveness. So they didn't necessarily lead to as much weight loss as the peptides do. That's number one. And on top of that, the peptides are safer. The other weight loss meds had other potential side effects that were concerning, including things like cardiovascular disease, arrhythmias. And the peptides do not have that. So again, the peptides are safer and they work better than what we've had in the past. So a little bit more about our physician-assisted weight loss program. We offer a personalized approach to weight management, utilizing the efficacy of peptides and lipotropics. Proper evaluation, comprehensive, understanding your medical history, your weight loss goals, any underlying health conditions. So key because the right treatment for the right person has to be determined based on understanding your goals, your medical history, and any other issues that you may have. Physician management is part of this. Our team of experienced clinicians will guide you through the entire process, providing you personalized treatment plan and ongoing support. Continuous monitoring and adjustment. We closely monitor your progress and make adjustments to your treatment plan as needed to help optimize your weight loss efforts. The keys here are there's not just a one-size-fits-all where every single person does it the same way. The reality is that for some people, you need to increase the dose. For some people, you need to stay on a stable dose. And there's nuance to this to do it properly. And by properly, I mean to get you the best result and to do it in the safest manner possible. And then, of course, regular lab monitoring. We definitely recommend checking your labs every 6 months to make sure that things are being safely done and that they're being effective as well. So coming to a close here, our comprehensive physician-assisted weight loss program offers personal approach to weight management utilizing peptide tropics. This sense for cost. Peptide therapy starts at $450 per month. If you're just using lipotropics, that's $150 per month. If you're using both of these together, that is a bundled pricing if combined. This includes medical monitoring, medication, and supplies. If you're interested in the weight loss program, you can check out our website. There's a link there, chicagoarthritis.com. There's our you can also take a picture here. You can get it directly to our page for the weight loss program as well. Great. Let me just take a look at some other questions that are coming in. Okay, great. Such a good question. Somebody asking that they're on semaglutide, they're losing weight, they're happy with that. However, they're having mainly constipation, Would changing to tirzepatide help? That's a good question. So, Tide works a little bit differently than semaglutide because it works on two different receptors and just one receptor. And it has a little bit less side effects in terms of the GI system than semaglutide does. For the vast majority of our questions, we recommend semaglutide first line, and the reason why is because it's the one that can study most, and it works, and it has such great efficacy. But folks who are having difficult time tolerating semaglutide, we do recommend switching to tirzepatide. And so I would say definitely worthwhile trying that in your case, especially complications there. You may still have that risk with tirzepatide. It's probably less so just because it seems that's just side effects. The question about cost, tirzepatide is a little bit more costly. Some people $50 per month, is $550 per month. Great question. The keys with that are, with treatment, each person is going to respond a little bit differently, and because of that, if needed, it's appropriate to adjust treatment in order to get the right effect for you. And so, if one option is really not quite cutting it, then you do have a second option in tirzepatide. By the way, I was just told that it looks like my audio was cutting off a couple minutes ago. Just to clarify, what had been asked before was if semaglutide is causing some GI side effects, can you consider tirzepatide? And absolutely, tirzepatide is similar to semaglutide, except it affects two receptors instead of one. It seems to have slightly lower side effects than semaglutide. We generally start with semaglutide first line because it's the one that's had the most data. It also seems to be well tolerated in the vast majority of people and generally gives people the right kind of results. But in folks where semaglutide is not the right option for them, switching over to tirzepatide is possible and helpful. Great. Check if there's any other questions on our social sites. Okay, great. Well, everyone, thank you very much for your time. If you'd like to consider evaluation, you can contact us via the website. You can also contact us via email. You can also contact us via email. You can also contact us via phone. And if we can be assistance in the future, please let us know. And until we connect again, everyone stays healthy and lives well. Have a good day. Bye-bye.